When you think of Chinese food, what do you often think about? Maybe you're thinking of General Tso's chicken, or orange chicken, which, by the way, was invented by Panda Express in Hawaii in 1987. But see, you won't find any of those dishes in China. What you will find, though, are dumplings and noodles, specifically hand-pulled noodles. And some of the best hand-pulled noodles in Vancouver is in our Golden Potato Restaurant right here today. Welcome to another episode of The Potato Guide. Today we're taking a look at Xianese food. Xian is located in the Shaanxi province of northwestern China. See, Xian has been the capital of ancient China for over 13 dynasties, and the Silk Road exposed the people of Xian to food coming all the way from Persia, India, the Middle East. And they were making food fit for the royals. Now, this fusion has given birth to some of the most interesting and complex flavors you can imagine. Things like cumin, fennel, merging with more spicier ingredients in things like biang biang noodles. The resulting food is deeply flavorful and immensely complex. I'm so excited to share all of this with you in this episode of The Potato Guide. So even though we weren't allowed to film inside the kitchen, we caught up with the owner, Regina, and she explained to us the history and origin of her food.
It's a house-made food. The most popular of the Xian food at our restaurant is a Xian burger. We have the pork burger, lamb cumin burger. And also the biang biang noodles is a house-made hand-pulled noodle with a hot chili oil sauce. And we also had the one with the pork meat on top of that. We have spinach hand-pulled noodle with the pork, the noodle made by spinach juice and flour. All the noodles made by on site. One more dish which is really popular, that's a steamed chicken with hot chili oil sauce. Yeah, so all the dishes I just mentioned about is very popular, and we are very lucky to have our customer really love it and enjoy the food.
Armed with the chef's recommendation herself, we set out to try these delectable dishes. Okay, so we've got the hand-pulled noodles, the spinach hand-pulled noodles, the cold chicken, and the lamb burger. Honestly, I want to try this first. On a hot summer's day, cold chicken, nothing like it. That was so good. Now, before we get into the next dish, while researching this episode, we came across a lot of interesting folklore surrounding the origins of the name Biang Biang noodles. One goes as such. There once was a scholar who didn't have much money and a restaurant that didn't have a name. So the scholar goes to the restaurant and proposes something as such. Hey restaurant owner, you don't have a name. Why don't I give you a name and in return you give me food for free? Now, the restaurant owner says, sure, if I like the name. So the scholar orders some hand-pulled noodles, and the scholar notices something peculiar. They're made by slapping the noodles against a metal table, and every time the chef would slap them, the noodles will give off a sound sort of like a biang, biang, and as a result, he called the noodles biang biang noodles. Now, we don't know if the story is true or not, but I'm glad the name stuck around. Because one thing that's super interesting is, equally as complex as the dish itself, the character for biang biang noodles is one of the most complex characters to write in Chinese, requiring almost 60 strokes. The noodles have got that like correct texture where you can just bite into them and they've got the right chew to them. Oh, these are so good. If you come here, you have to try these. And now this is my personal favorite. This is the lamb burger. And the lamb burgers is symbolic of Xian food because it has lamb and it has a lot of spices that come from Central Asia. And the way I love to eat this is grab some chili oil and just douse it in that chili oil. And what you're gonna get is you're gonna get a little bit of the heat from the chili oil, you're gonna get that tender lamb, and just bite in. If there's a food heaven, this is where I wanna go. I think I might have over-ordered, but if it puts me in a food coma, it's a happy food coma to be in. This beautiful lamb burger, it's extremely juicy. What's really unique about this is that
Xian is one of the only places in China that uses an oven to make bread rather than just steamed food that's more prevalent across China. I don't know if there's any other dish I'd want on a hot summer's day except that chicken. It doesn't come out hot, but kind of cold, and each bite is just perfectly bite-sized. I could devour this entire thing.
Even though I was close to a food coma, I knew Joojak had left a lasting impression on me. Its unique blend of warm yet fiery dishes, cozy atmosphere, and an extremely warm and inviting owner has me longing for my next bite. And one I'm proud to call a golden potato. Thank you so much for watching this episode of The Potato Guide. We had a lot of fun making this video, but it's a lot of work. So you can support us by doing these 3 things. 1, make sure you click that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us. 2nd, if you like this video, please consider sharing it with your friends. We want more people thinking about food through the new lens. And sharing this video helps people recognize and celebrate the hidden gems of our cities. And lastly, most importantly, if you're around town, go visit a Golden Potato restaurant. We started the Potato Guide to support these small businesses, so go eat there. We guarantee you'll love the food there.